All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the latest edition of Citizens United. I'm your host John with my friend and host Noelle.
Hi.
Everyone's here. Robin's here. Gail's here. Jerry's here. We got everyone here.
How's everyone?
You all right?
Hi.
How we feeling? We're all. It was like COVID United. Everyone was
I know.
sick.
Exactly.
All three of us had it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we fought it off.
We did.
We did all right.
I'm glad I got the second one and not the first one.
Yeah, we had the first one.
Yeah.
And you did not do well at all.
No.
That got you good.
I remember you.
Yeah, the first one. And now we've had the second one, so there's two.
I think I might have got the first when four came, when it, you know what I mean? Remember us a long time? I don't know. Who knows?
Chris says hi to us. Hello,
Hi.
Chris. Stacy's here.
Hi.
Dawn says hey.
Hi.
There we are. Everyone's here. All right, Noelle, it's been a while because last week we weren't together because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right or no?
Well, no,
Why?
actually,
No,
no,
it wasn't.
You weren't.
I wasn't sick. Yeah. I wasn't feeling good. Holiday. That's what it was.
Yes.
The holiday.
That's
That's
you
why
also weren't feeling
I
well.
wasn't feeling good. So that's right. We didn't do a show
Well,
because we did Tuesday.
yeah.
You came on
Oh,
Tuesday.
that's last week. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, it's just that week. Really
That's
knocked me
right.
out.
Hi, Kim. Kim's with us too.
I can.
Yeah, that's right. So we didn't do a show because it was Labor Day.
Yes.
But all right. All right. I was, and then Tuesday we did Robin's show.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we were just quarantined after that.
Yeah. We're all good.
Yeah, we're good now. All right. Why don't we start off with some stuff locally? Why don't we talk some local stuff? First off, did you see this? This was just a headline I saw the other day. Falls man pleads guilty to defrauding Small Business Administration.
No, it didn't.
I mean, here it is. It's the guy from, oh geez, I can never say it. Benvenuto?
Benevento.
Benevento, yeah.
You know, well, the one I know isn't old. So it must be his father.
So, single count of wire fraud. Sounds like someone else we know
Yeah.
who gets away with it. But either way, there's a lot of people around here that have done this.
Yeah.
There is a lot of people that have frauded from the COVID relief funds.
Yep.
There's a real lot, man. And I don't know if they care. Like I'm talking about like the federal government. It's odd. They don't seem to care about it, I
No.
don't think.
No, I mean, because look at Frank Carletto. He's like let go from it.
Right. Oh yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So he's done.
Yeah.
All
I
check-
think he has to, I think maybe he might do a year, maybe. But that's a, I mean, that's a lot.
Hey,
for-
Tina. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, it's a joke. When I saw that, it reminded me, I know of other people that frauded it.
Yep.
And I can't, obviously I can't say, but I know something that you do too.
They're probably.
Well, he's one, but I'm talking, there's others
Oh, yeah.
in the city that I know
Oh, yeah.
that own businesses right now that have done this.
Yep.
Let's see, Kim is asking, how are you feeling, John, Noelle, and Robin? Hey. We're feeling good, right? Feeling a lot better. Robin, feeling good today?
Yeah. Get rid of this cough.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, we're doing all right. We had our
Okay.
5-day, right? We had our 5-day.
Yeah.
5-day quarantine.
Yeah, we're good.
We're not contagious anymore.
Right.
Yeah. I got out and about today. It kind of sucks because, I do Instacart.
Yeah.
And that's probably where I got it. Going in and out of store, and all that stuff.
Well, yeah.
So,
And too, going with back to school, kids,
Right.
I don't know what kids go back to school. It's like they come home with every germ
Right.
in the world.
During teaching, as soon as those windows start to go down and the weather gets cold, well, everything starts then.
Yeah.
We start spreading colds, everything else.
Yeah.
So they're saying flu season is going to be soon. We're
Yeah.
actually coming into it.
I know,
Yeah.
but I don't get it.
well, and I'm trying to think. There's a second. I've been vaccinated twice. Then I'm not going to go for the third.
Right.
I'm not going to do it. I don't even know. I keep getting it.
I
So
know.
I don't know what to do with that. But and I don't even think anyone cares anymore, though.
No, it
'Cause-
wasn't not as big as it used to be for some reason.
When we first had it, this was before the home test. You just couldn't get tests. There was no home test, and we used to have to call. Wasn't it every day, or was it once a week?
Once a week.
Once
they
a
called
week.
me.
The state of New York called Robin once a week to see how we were. And if we weren't, we'd say, oh, you tell them you don't feel good. And then, okay, you got another week. And they would just keep on slapping more weeks on you as far as,
You can't even for 3
3
months.
no. Yeah.
Well, then,
It was mishandled. The whole.
Well, I
As soon as
didn't
people
even-
hear the word COVID, they just freak out. And now it's gonna be, well, I don't feel good for a few days.
I feel like crap for 2 days. Well, you guys know, 'cause you guys had me here, but, now I'm better than I was.
Oh, hey, Dominique. Dominique's here.
Hey, Dominique.
It's so cool she got a job where she did.
Oh, yeah, William Matar.
Yeah,
He's like the lead, what would you say? Robin, what is it? Like
Social
social
media.
media person.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
So she's doing good.
amazing. Good for you, Dominique.
Yeah, so she did well.
Cool.
Very good.
Congratulations.
Yeah, Niagara University paying off, Dominique.
Yes.
Hit.
Get your money back in there?
Dominique, well, it's coming for her. Yeah, she's getting it. But anyways, let's talk about something that we found. You found it, I think, or did I find this?
Which one?
This thing about the Airbnb. Not even about Airbnb. It's about Niagara Falls.
Oh, okay, so I think I found the video and you found it,
Yes,
and they just kind of went together perfectly.
Dominique says the government's about to pay it all off. Very good.
Yeah.
Thank God. So this we found, this is from somebody from the Bronx, New York, who came here on vacation, and they left a, what would you call this? It's just a review.
Review, yeah.
They left a review. Before we read that, let me take it down, because I want you guys to see something else and just remember this.
Yeah, that's right. I should play the video
Yeah.
before.
Yeah, let them hear this. It's real quick. Remember this? This guy gets elected, and here we go.
Poverty is not a glamorous topic.
So he said that.
Yeah.
Poverty's not a glamorous topic. All right. Yep. We've been screaming and yelling about housing crises and everything else for over a year now about the housing crisis. Well, let me read this to you if you can't read it. I'll read it real quick. Went to an Airbnb to see the falls about 2 weeks ago for my fiance's birthday. It was on 5th Street. The house was beautiful, but every other house was abandoned except 2 other houses. I'm from the Bronx, and my fiance and her friends are from Jersey, and were completely terrified. My neighbors were good people, even though they looked like zombies. Good, respectful folks everywhere. I even met a guy at the Dollar Tree that tried to sell me bad marijuana. And the whole town looks like something out of Silent Hill. Seeing the falls was completely worth it, and the Airbnb was 4 rooms and a porch in the back, so you could see the haunted houses and listen to the howling crackheads at night. My experience out there made me appreciate where I am in life, because I can only imagine living there. My heart goes out to the residents.
Poverty is not a glamorous topic.
See, it's not. Because you know what's a glamorous topic, I guess, is giving Smokey Robinson stuff,
Right.
or Wallenda and all that.
Attention, yeah,
We-
that's more important.
Yeah, and we've been talking and talking. Oh, geez.
Like 48% or something. It's really high.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's 46. It's like, it's like 36. Oh, Robin, I knew the number. 31% is below the poverty level, and 46% are at risk. So you're right there. And we know that we found out someone was living in a tent.
Yeah.
Behind the backyard that they were just evicted from.
I was just told from somebody the other day that they're rent now, and they're already struggling from a lot of things. It's going up $400, and they already have to pay, way too much as it is. But now $400 more dollars. It's sick.
It is sick. We know people that's said it a million times.
Where's that mayor when you need him?
Yeah, $1,100 a month on 17th Street.
Landlords are trying to make up for what they lost.
What they
That's
lost.
they're trying to do.
Yeah, and then you get the sad thing is I don't blame them so much. Some of them, but some of them you got to realize you're just not going to get money.
Right.
It's just not. It's not here. $1,100. What is Ken Guthrie arguing about here? He had to pay back his loans. All right.
So did I.
That's good. Okay. And I'm glad my daughter doesn't have to now. So what do I care?
I paid
I could care less.
Did it because I did it.
Yeah. Right.
I feel like if you don't have to, that's good. I mean, shit, this is just me. It's gonna maybe get people mad, but why don't you want people to get free? Why don't you want people to have education?
And
know what I mean?
why-
Like, let them. Weird. I want more educated people. Like, when people here they have to pay so much money, they don't want to go to school. Like, I want more educated people. That's what
But we
seems
would
like.
not
And
mind.
why are people mad only when somebody gets something that they don't get? Like, so what? You be happy. Okay, good. Look at all these educated people who are now getting.
It's not going to drugs or nothing. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? It's
and
not
there
going to
was
drugs.
stipulations on it that only people making under $125,000 a year were eligible for the student loan relief. So it's not like we're financing, rocket scientists here.
Right.
We're financing people who are working in places like Niagara Falls trying to make a living and try to make a life for themselves. Let's be happy.
Right.
Well, Ken Guthrie's not. He says pay for everyone. Stacy says, I believe the statistics are more women getting degrees than men. I think you're right there too. Are you mad about the Bills Stadium? All that money going to a guy who's a billionaire? Is anyone mad about that? Does anyone care? That's a huge amount of money going to a guy who's a billionaire. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd rather have $1 billion worth of education around here than a stadium.
We need it around here.
but what I'm saying is, why aren't you pissed?
Right.
You got to be pissed off. This guy's a billionaire. He can pay for it himself.
Yeah, I know. It's
I mean, that's what I'm saying. We spend money a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And certain ways just doesn't matter to us. I don't get it. Like, it just doesn't. That's just my opinion. Why are people not concerned over that? What good does that do me?
right.
To me, I'm sorry, it sounds like jealous people.
Yep.
If
Yeah.
you're jealous, you're gonna be jealous that somebody else got something you did.
Yep.
Yeah.
You should be glad.
Especially with
As long as money's not going to somebody who's, you know what I mean? It's not like your money's going to just some random drug addicts or,
right.
you know what I mean?
No, it's not.
Going to something that's,
It's bettering people and it's bettering our community
yes,
to have
we need more.
people
You
who are.
should have them become taxpayers. I mean, to the homeowners and all that stuff, correct?
Right.
I assume. I don't know. Angel has something to tell us. I did Lyft yesterday and picked up a couple from Atlanta, a financial advisor. They stayed at a nice hotel downtown, yet on way to get to the scenic parkway to head to the airport in Buffalo, the guy had to comment on all the abandoned houses. It is embarrassing, and people from outside don't want to come back here. Nothing for the citizens, let alone tourists in Niagara Falls. To do anything, have to travel to Buffalo, etc.
Yeah. I remember when I was at Lazy Lakes at one time, and these people were from Canada, and they had to say how when they were driving through Canada, or no, when they came over from Canada and they were driving through the falls, how they thought that they were going to get robbed. They're like, oh my God, I don't ever want to even drive back there. It was so bad. I mean, they had nothing good to say about it, but the stuff that they were afraid to drive back.
Right.
Poverty is not a glamorous topic.
It's not. It's not. It's definitely not. That's why no one likes to talk about it. We've talked about, heck, when I did that stupid little thing where I did a write-in thing, that's one of the things, one of my plans was to do something about the housing crisis, because there is one.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do either. You can look at, I looked up on Google, I Googled it to see what other cities do. You could have rent controls. I don't know if the city wants to go that way, but something's got to happen, because
It was for the mayor at the time. It's just something that he knew that if he talked about it, he would look at talking about
Right, because I believe that.
Dominique said she's going to make this her alarm clock.
it.
Hold on,
That's a good idea.
let's play it again.
Poverty is not a glamorous topic.
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, right. My friends in Florida want to visit the falls, and I told them to go to Canada. Yeah, I mean, you got to get as further, if you're going to stay here, right? You want to go as far away from the falls as you can, really. And then drive in, and then drive out.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be your best bet.
I don't know how many times I've seen in the news how people at the hotels are getting their cars broken into and they're downtown and they get their cars off.
Yeah, it's still bad for the Airbnbs. What are they doing on Fifth? I mean, how could you even? I don't even know how anyone could even give them. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's almost got to be for free.
Yeah.
I mean, where are you going?
I had a home that I sold a few years ago, and it was on the one side of Niagara Street. I couldn't even use it as an Airbnb if I wanted to, because it had to be on the other side of Niagara Street, which was the other side going towards the
Right.
Canadian Falls there. So I was right there, right on that line, and I couldn't do an Airbnb with it, so I sold it.
We are in big trouble when it comes to poverty here. You know, you guys know, we've talked about it a million times. The listeners have probably heard us complain about it. I mean, it's at I think, an emergency
Yeah.
level. I think it should be a state of the city emergency, because when you hear that someone is in a tent, that's stuff like,
Their
that's like San
children,
Francisco,
too.
that's like LA. That's
It's a
crazy.
child. Too.
Yeah, there was
Children.
a newborn in the tent. And then the people that we know that have a job were evicted because they can't afford $1,100 a month and live in a car. Go to work, live in a car.
And I
That's
think a lot of
insane.
these people too are almost every single person that's struggling has a job. They have a job. It's just not, they don't pay that great. They don't. And so what I don't like listening to people sit there and say, well, maybe they should just go get a better job or this is that. No, like they're busting their ass at the job that they have. I mean, not everybody is gonna land this $1 million job.
Dominic says, look back when the jobs poured in back in the day, the Power Authority offered incentives to industry to come here and workers to live here. Now look at the issue. Every dollar that should be put back in the city is right to Albany. Todd Zielinski says, I have a house outside the zone near Sal Magley. It's a quiet one-way street. 10% of guests think it's unsafe. An unsafe neighborhood. I hear crickets, and every few minutes a car drives by. Yeah, well, if that's what they think it's bad, I don't know what to tell. I don't know. I know it's nice over there. I know.
Yeah, for people who
Yeah,
live in
like-
the area, we know the difference between that.
And maybe I don't know. But when you're down on Fifth Street
Right.
and you're down there, you're just. I mean, it's not going to work out. It's not working out well, and I feel sorry for those that come from another place because they have no idea.
Well,
It looks great. I'm close to the falls.
Yeah.
It doesn't get better than that.
I remember working with a girl who she wasn't even from here. She moved from like Kentucky or something here, and they were looking at the houses online, and so the pictures that they sold them online, it was downtown, like
Right.
it was like almost nice mansions, whatever. And she goes, "We moved down here, and we're already trying to move out." Like the pictures and everything just made it look so much different.
Different.
And yeah,
Yeah. Are there people living in Thames Vernon? Yes. Yes, there is. Stacy says something I don't understand.
Landlord.
Become a landlord then. Been one since age 22. Tenants pay your mortgage for you while you live there.
Yeah, but I was a landlord for many, many years. And I don't know how many times I was in court with evictions because they move in and then they live there for 3 months for free without paying you a thing. Then you have to get them evicted and it has to go through, all kinds of channels and
Right.
everything else. And even when you do get them evicted, if you don't have their social security numbers for where they work and stuff
Right.
like that, you get nothing anyway. So you've gone to court, you've paid for court, and you still got nothing. They get evicted, but you don't get your money back.
Right.
And at this point, I don't even know if we're at that. I mean, that was probably when times were bad. Like, you
Right.
could afford your rent.
Right.
When I hear $1,100, I can't even.
yeah.
But that's what we're hearing. That's what I
Oh, yeah.
hear, Robin. You've heard them from
Yeah.
these people. They're saying
1,400.
1,100, 1,400. Are you nuts?
In
This
the
is-
city of Niagara Falls.
There's
Yeah.
I don't even know if the city of Buffalo can handle that, especially when you're just trying to, when you're with the work, and it isn't like we got some kind of condominiums for lawyers and judges and doctors type thing. It's insane. Kim says, city of Niagara Falls is getting so worse and looks like hell. Then you go over to Canada. It's beautiful and lots to do. They need more things to do around, especially for the younger generation. Yeah, we've been fighting that fight for a long time.
Yeah.
But it's hard. Dominic said something about everything going to Albany. That's a problem.
Yeah.
Because everything goes to Albany, and
Yeah.
he's right. And our politicians don't really care if everything goes to Albany. The
Yeah.
city politicians, because they know that if they let everything go to Albany, they'll get reelected. And what else do they? Well, they get their pension.
Yeah.
That's very important, is to make sure they get their pensions, they get their health insurance. We want to make sure that those city council people have that.
Oh, yeah.
Because
Yeah.
all the rest of us, we want to talk about we all should get something. These people, they stay there for 3 years. Next thing you know, the guy's got a job at the Board of Education.
Yeah.
Another guy's getting a job in the Board of Education,
Yeah.
allegedly. So, it's a great time. And I got to ask the Board of Education, what the hell are you doing?
Yeah, really. Yeah.
What are you doing political favors for?
I really hope you're looking into who you're hiring too.
Yeah,
Some checks.
why do they give political favors? This is political favors. If one guy, don't even tell me, because I couldn't get that. Someone off the street couldn't get that. to where these jobs these guys are getting. You're doing political favors.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
And really make sure who you're looking into. When you hire somebody, look into them and see if they should be around children.
Yeah, that,
Yeah, that would be a nice.
That'd be.
and can we stop throwing these people in to work with children as the first alternative?
Right.
I feel like, somebody needs a job, a favor somewhere. Well, let's just throw them in school.
Well, the funny thing is, it was the only way, because if they were going to give them a job at the city, you know what that's about. So if you hide them in the school, you can, you just do it. You hide them, right? You hide the political job. When really all they should be doing is cutting grass.
Yeah.
And that's too much.
Yeah, that's too much.
That's too much. You lose. Yeah, you know what? Screw that. I'm not even. Let's see what this says. Angel says, something has to give. I love that my old church school at Sacred Heart is being converted to affordable housing. Why cannot the city do such things throughout? I remember visiting the falls at night once, and homeless man sleeping in the gazebo, literally in the state park. Lack of education and community structure, I blame on a lot of the poverty. Sure. Yeah. Oh, no doubt about it. And we never really adjusted for being a city that was only going to be a tourist city. Because we were, I think I said this before, we used to be a manufacturing city, and tourism just happened. You know what I mean? It just happened down there. And Albany took all of it because the city didn't need it, because you had all those different places like, what the hell is this? Vernon says maybe fat ass will save us all. Maybe, let's do that again. Maybe fat ass will save us. So I mean,
Vernon.
so we will have. She's right. I mean, but like I say, the city used to be made for manufacturing. That was it, with Oxy and all the carborundum and all that. Nabisco, they go away, and then here comes, all of a sudden here comes now we want to be tourist city. We can't, because Albany is taking it all. If it isn't Albany, it's the Senecas, or it's together.
Yeah.
So let's see what we got here. Ken says they need to start working on Main Street. 3rd Street is done. Some guy bought the property and said he was going to fix them up. By the time he starts fixing those property up, will cost too much money and nothing will be done. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's what the Montante bought, that one thing. They still haven't built, remember?
Yeah.
It used to be the Club Exit.
Yeah.
It's still nothing. They're looking for someone to lease it. Oh man, that's. Let's see. City operates a lot of parking lots near State Park. Simple, stupid revenue. They pat each other on the back to separate the tourists from Third Park in Old Falls. Yeah. No, I know. And I remember that one video when the mayor was charging people, what was it, $200
Yeah.
a spot a month?
Yeah.
And those people from Spot Coffee couldn't do it no
I
more.
just can't believe that he is. Look, there's a perfect example. Somebody who was in trouble, wasn't fired from?
Being a judge.
Yeah,
Oh,
fired
yeah,
from
they
being a
removed him.
judge, gets a frickin' city
Well, yeah, we elect them.
job. Yeah.
They elect them. Oh, but after he left there, he got 3 different jobs. He got a county job, a city job, and I think possibly a second city job. So they did a great job. There was
All you have to do is do something wrong. Like, all you have to do, I feel like, is be like some type of criminal or do something, then you get a city job.
Yeah, just be a narcissistic scumbag.
Well, hold on.
Poverty is not a glamorous topic.
It's really not.
No.
It's not. And we see that because no one in City Hall talks about it.
No.
I haven't heard since that, which was right around when he was elected. He hasn't said, I haven't heard a public
No.
word
Yeah.
about poverty here.
No.
Which would mean
I believe that-
housing.
That was from the day he was sworn in.
It was, yes.
Yeah.
But
You wanted to sound good.
housing here is a mess.
Yeah.
We're in big trouble. We're in really big trouble. And hey, Bill.
Hey.
Yeah, Bill.
And I don't know. Let's see what Gabriella says. My rent is affordable currently, but the place has been falling apart since I moved in. I wish my landlord would fix the things we tell him about, and now he just moved out of state. I'm ready to just throw my arms up to find a bigger place. Yeah.
Yeah.
He only does photo ops. The other thing
Yeah,
is
Nick
too.
D'Angelo takes the photos for
Yeah,
him.
right.
Yeah.
Think about this though. How many people probably live in an apartment that maybe they're paying $900 a month? That's cheap now.
Yeah,
Or
but
800,
it's cheap right now.
800, and they're afraid to tell their landlord anything's wrong, because if they do, the landlord's
Yeah.
going to raise the rent.
Yep.
How could you even say anything?
Yeah,
This whole, the whole relationship's a mess
it
at
is.
this point.
There's a lot of slumlords. That's the problem. There's a lot of slumlords in the area too.
And even the good ones, like I could see a tenant not wanting to let the landlord know of stuff because they'd be afraid the
Yeah.
rent's going to be raised. They can't afford it to go from $850 to $1,100. You know,
Right. No, so they just deal with it. Yeah.
no, it's messed up. The whole thing is in a shambles. But you know what? Why don't we take a break? Because when we come back, we got a good story from Florida, right?
Yes.
That we want to talk about, and anything else everyone wants to talk about. So why don't we take a quick break and let me find the break because I always do this. We'll be back. Welcome back, everyone. Before we move on, let's get to some of these comments that we see that while we were at commercial. I heard a girl at work today say that she has to move because her landlord is selling the house, and now they raised the rent. That's a terrible story. That's been
So
this.
shitty.
That's the story, and that's horrible.
So shitty.
Before I answer you, Gabriella, let me move on to some of the other. Then I'll go back to you, Gabriella. City sold 53 abandoned houses to Niagara Hospitality to operate short-term rentals for $3,500 to $5,000 each. Meanwhile, there was a moratorium in place. Yeah, that was the trick, or whatever you want to say. Tina says he's an asshole. There we go. Paula, were they all in the new zone? Yeah, probably not. Angel, I do, but I will keep my mouth shut. I will not.
Sounds like everyone's in agreement about it.
All right. If this is the same one, and I'm being told it is, I believe he's corporation counsel guy in Lockport. I believe he's the head lawyer for the Niagara Falls Housing Authority.
That's Katie Rickard.
I believe he was president of the board at Niagara Community College.
Yeah.
And
What about the concrete thing?
Huh?
Is it the same person who does concrete too?
I don't think he would.
Oh.
Maybe it's a relative of some
Maybe.
sort. And he's also the head, I think, he might be like head of the fire union, but I'm not positive on that one. So this guy has a lot of things going on. And when we've talked about him before, how is he the only guy that can do those jobs? How is he the only lawyer that can be in Lockport and Corporation Counsel, Niagara Falls Housing Authority, head lawyer, and then president of Niagara Community College? Now he's no longer, because they switch around, so he's another part on the board, whatever the hell he is. But if anyone has any more information, let me know, because that's the rundown on him, and we know how politically connected that would be, because listen to that. You don't get that kind of, come on. Yeah, you don't get that. Who gets that kind of stuff? My landlord just made him just serve us with eviction papers.
My landlord just made him,
Oh, my landlord just made him just serve us with eviction papers. Second time representing my kids in family court too, not just those other areas. Oh yeah, he's doing it all.
oh, ask Katie Rippert how.
He's doing it all, this guy.
Yeah.
This guy does it all.
And I'm gonna tell you what, I went to high school with him and he wasn't anything spectacular. I mean,
Maybe that's why he wanted to
Well,
be everything.
he's everything though. And if you politically know enough people, you can be everything and anything you want. So Gabrielle, we could talk later, or we'll all talk later.
Gabrielle, go look at Katie Riffert's post where you'll see her write about Jason Caprella.
Thank you. Yeah. I don't know. Housing's a problem, and I don't know if anyone in City Hall wants to deal with it. So
Right.
I don't think they do.
no.
The housing that they're dealing with is what these other guys are talking about with stupid. They want to do their own short-term rental business, or I don't know what they're doing. Or they're giving it away to other, to out of town. It's a mess. Such a
Yeah.
mess.
Everything's such a mess.
Yeah. All right. I want to bring you guys a quick. Now, this is out of the city, but it's something that is an incredible thing they did down in Florida.
Yeah, I wouldn't have known about this if somebody didn't send it to me. So, like, this actually made national news. I wouldn't have even known about it if somebody didn't send it to me. And this is great. It should be happening everywhere.
Here, let's watch this video. It's about 1:40.
Fall Hall 2, which netted 160 people, was more than just a sex sting. It was a hunt for victims of sex trafficking, usually women, dominated and abused by someone else. Frequently, their life in shambles. Take this unnamed woman who was just taken into custody.
She was 10 weeks pregnant. She said she had been taking drugs, and specifically fentanyl, and hoping and praying that naturally she could abort the baby.
Detectives say she and another woman in this group were being sex trafficked. Another 5 may have been.
Our goal is to start these services the moment that they're taken into custody, and then to treat them as what they are, victims, not suspects of criminal events.
Then there's everyone else. Detectives say for them, there should be a walk of shame.
Well, teachers sometimes have to be taught a lesson. There you go. There's your teacher, Carlos Gonzalez.
Gonzalez from Davenport, a math teacher, now accused of soliciting a prostitute. John Layton, another teacher, nabbed. It was easy to figure out where he worked.
He was wearing the high school track shirt.
From the world of law enforcement, Keith Nieves, a state corrections officer.
This guy is in charge of people who are in prison for violating the law. He comes and he violates the law.
We also got an update on that deputy chief. Recently, we told you he was arrested for soliciting a prostitute.
He is no longer a police officer in Cartersville.
Yeah, thank you, Dawn. You did send that to me. Thank you for that. Now, there you go.
Yeah.
Now, could you imagine Niagara County doing that and putting pictures up?
Yeah. That's what they need to do.
Yeah.
You know what? For that,
Yeah, no, the guy was
Sure,
great.
yeah.
No, and the
Oh,
fact
numbers.
that he didn't have any,
he didn't care about who it was.
yeah,
He didn't care that he worked with them, that he might have worked with them or whatever. He had no care in the world.
Yeah.
He did the right thing. He put their face. I like that. He puts
Yeah.
their faces up there, tells everybody what they did, who they were, what they did, and how they're no longer going to associate with them or they're no longer working.
and for us here, what we would do is
Hide 'em.
yes, we don't want to show we don't even say their name.
No.
Ongoing investigation.
Yeah.
We're not going to
It's
speak.
not going to
You would never see that here.
No, absolutely
Never.
not. But that's how you just for all these people watch. That's how you can respect from people. That's how you really do a job like that.
And listen to what he said about
Protect
victims.
people or scare victims into keeping quiet so your friends don't get busted or your family members don't get busted as well.
Look at who these people were. They were teachers. They
Yeah.
were police officers. They were, it's
Yeah.
just disgusting. And Disney workers.
That's not the most perfect job to get
Yeah.
or be a predator.
Right.
I will tell you though, like I always think about here. You think about here. I can't even imagine why they don't do that. It would.
I know.
I couldn't even. Could you imagine a sting
Yeah.
operation like
Just on
that?
the first day start. Can you imagine just the first day how many people that
I think it would have to be like those times when I used to watch that one show. There'd be you'd have to rotate them.
Yeah.
They'd walk out the door and have someone, and then just keep rotating.
Yeah.
because the like centers are so stupid. They they will continue. Actually, they're not stupid. They're smart. They know what they're doing. They'll continue to reoffend. So they don't care. You know what I mean? They'll just keep.
Oh no, they don't.
God.
Yeah, no, because that's what they do, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they don't stop. And in our area, we do not like to, for some reason. Oh, it's politics.
Yeah.
It's political. They can't do it. We're seeing that in so many
we
things.
have those types of people working in politics.
Absolutely.
It's the Angela.
Well, look at Pigeon.
Yeah, Steve.
I haven't heard a word about the 9-year-old that he raped,
No, why?
allegedly raped, whatever. Yeah,
Yeah, why?
yeah, not a word.
So he's not even doing the time for that. He's doing the time for bribing a judge.
Something like that.
Bribing and no, that's great too.
I don't even
Bribing.
know
We
what
have,
that
we
was.
have people working in politics here in high positions, bribing judges and raping 9-year-olds.
And you know what's wrong, Noel? Everyone just accepts it.
Yeah.
For example,
Oh man, that's horrible.
let me go back real quick. I'm gonna go back to, remember we were just talking about the whatever this was. Why do I keep forgetting what it was? A review
Yeah.
that was sent in about the city. There was people underneath that review defending the city, like angry. Go back to the Bronx, things like that. And it's similar to shit like this.
Yeah.
They defend. Like, I don't understand.
I know.
They will defend these politicians and these scumbags all the way to the end.
Oh, and you know what
They-
too? The best part is those people that they're defending are probably sitting there preying on their children as they're defending.
Yeah.
They're like sitting there preying on their children as they're defending them. Ridiculous.
I find it amazing how much, and we're so conditioned. It's sickening, because how in the world, as I read, I know I jumped back, but these people were defending it. It was unbelievable how strong they were defending the city of Niagara Falls.
Let me guess
and they-
where they're one saying, well then just move. Just go move somewhere else.
Don't come back, is what they said to the people from the Bronx. You live in it, all this stuff. But then you put it right into the D'Angelo or to the others. Look at that, they
Yeah.
defend. You went through hell. We just remember that 2 years. Yeah, today's the anniversary of when the really were bad. Yeah, it was bad.
They wrote some beautiful articles about me, but then karma hit, and a couple months after he was charged with 12 rape charges, including a minor. And guess what? Frank Carletto has been quiet about it ever since, as he fucking should have been.
And the fact that he offered you money
Oh yeah.
should really keep him quiet. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The
yeah.
fact that he offered
Name a
silent
price.
money.
Name a price.
Yeah, you're
Yeah, if I really wanted money, I could have been a millionaire.
that's trending.
Yeah.
You know, I guess, and he must have it because he's getting out of trouble left and
Oh,
right.
yeah, and he even paid off
So-
that one girl or person that he abused.
Let's see what we got here. Angel says they always want to talk about victims. At least they acknowledge the criminals centered around it. Correct. Yeah. And I loved what he said about victims, where he said about getting victims and then bringing them in to get help. I forget. He said it a
Yeah.
certain way.
Instead of treating them like
Like-
criminals,
yeah.
knowing if they're going to get them help, start treating them like the victims that they are.
Yeah, from day
Yeah.
one.
From day one, instead of, I told you guys, and I saw it with you, Noel, and I saw it with Robin, unbelievably, because yours obviously was a little more, hers wasn't so public. People villainize
Oh, yeah.
the victim. It's sick. I've never seen, there is no other crime. If I got robbed outside and if I got held up, no one would come to me and say, hey, did you know that person? Was it a setup? Did you do
Right.
it? You know what I mean? You would never hear that kind of talk.
What were you doing? You have to die.
Yeah, you would never. Why did you had a wallet? You don't actually have a wallet. You had shorts. It's
Right,
easy
yeah.
to grab them. Dominic says, "Well, look at the legal system. Go commit a crime and you get out by dinner. Just not in the city. It is being done all across the country. Yeah, it's a problem. As far as sex crimes go, though, it's at a different level.
Yeah.
I feel like, even because I've never ever witnessed as many as we talk to, and as many that have gone through the legal system, they get turned into what I feel like they put them on equal ground
Yeah.
with the scum.
Yep.
And that is messed up.
Yeah.
There's no other crime. If I was in my business and someone came in and held me up, or someone came in and did something, no one will come to me and say, hey, were you a part of it? Was this for insurance money or something?
I'm not. Yeah, I've never
You
seen
don't
somebody
get it.
jump so fast for a rapist or somebody who harmed somebody. I mean, they jump to defend them.
Yeah.
But we just clear the air really quick on this whole innocent until proven guilty bullshit. Let me tell you something right now. That somebody says something and just think before you say stuff like that. Innocent until proven guilty when it comes especially to repeated offenders. Repeated offenders. Yeah, you're right. There is such thing called innocent until proven guilty. But when it comes to rape child and stuff like that, I don't know how you can have sympathy or just be like, oh, let's just wait, let's see the result.
Yeah, everyone wants to wait until it happens to their kids.
Right. Maybe
And
you
then
should
they're
volunteer to
outraged.
let it happen to you.
Yeah, and they want to know why nothing's being done about it.
Right.
Well, nothing's being done about it because we all look the other way when it happens.
Right. So why should we have to shut our mouths because you want to follow the innocent? They don't give a shit. These predators don't care about following the law or innocent.
No.
They don't care.
No, yeah,
They've got it all planned. I mean, they got it
Yeah.
all perfectly. I
I'm
mean,
sorry, but if you're an
laid
innocent,
out.
proven guilty person when it comes to this type of crime, I'm concerned for you and about you.
well, because it's a different. There is nothing like this crime.
Right.
Because it is, you're not 9 times out of 10, and even when you do get it, as we saw with the punter, people still bitch.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
not going to have evidence. You're not going to have that kind of
Right.
stuff. All you're going to have is terrible memories, right? And all the PTSDs and all the things that have caused you. That's
If
what
you
you're going to have.
Evidence, then
So
you're very lucky if you have it. If there's evidence, it's very lucky. It's just when there is evidence, it just goes to show you, even if when there is evidence and proof, what's done. And then these people try silencing these victims before they even come forward. Sometimes people want to come forward and go to the police, but these predators get a hold, catch wind of somebody about to go forward and get them in trouble, and they try to send cease and desist or
everything,
whatever. Yeah.
just threaten the whole damn thing.
And then all the meantime, they're working with kids in schools.
Yeah, and just out and about. Think about that. Just
Yeah.
around, just
Yeah.
walking free. And I don't know. They walk free and they're on
Yeah.
charges too.
Yeah.
So that just shows you if that was 12 counts of breaking and entering, or 12 counts of slashing people's tires, or 12 counts of selling something illegal,
Yeah.
they wouldn't be walking
No.
around. Isn't that's my point. Those crimes just are not taken seriously. And it's proven by the fact, little thing, when we tried the whole thing about lighting up the falls. Remember that chaos? And then we find out it was
And that's the only one that that the mayor decided not to announce.
right.
weird. Right. The only one.
We're in a city where we can't even get a hold of our mayor to answer a question.
You know,
About
we didn't talk about it. And he certainly is not discussing any of this kind of stuff.
No.
And I mean, we talked about poverty. Not a word. Because you know where poverty also grows this.
Yeah.
With these kind of crime, there's just people ready to be taken advantage of, and I don't think they care
No.
one bit. They
No,
just
they
keep them quiet. Here's something, Noelle, that we stumbled across from another part of the country, and it has to do with somebody who was a anti-corruption reporter. Let's listen to this.
Clues are emerging today in the murder of a top investigative reporter from Las Vegas. Cops arrested a local politician, County Public Administrator Rob Tellis, after he walked into his garage wearing a hazmat suit. Police say this was Tellis disguised in a bizarre outfit, an orange construction vest and wide-brimmed hat, after he allegedly stabbed to death Las Vegas Review-Journal reporter Jeff Garriman. The murder has sent shockwaves through Sin City, known for its secrets and dark, gritty side. Police say the reporter was targeted as payback for an investigative story detailing the Clark County Public Administrator's alleged misdeeds in office. In his articles, Garriman reported on allegations of emotional distress and bullying in Tellis's office, which led to this secret recording of Tellis and a female staffer emerging from the backseat of his car. They both denied an inappropriate relationship.
Please be sure to vote for me.
Tellis lost his primary race and blamed Garriman's articles, calling them a lying smear piece.
He was very, very angry with Jeff Garriman.
Journalist Jeff Schumacher worked with Garriman. Did Jeff ever express to you any concern for his safety or security following this report?
He never did, no. Jeff was kind of a fearless reporter.
After his murder, cops released this image of a red GMC SUV related to the slaying. Yesterday, cops towed away Tellis's red GMC from his driveway. After returning home in the hazmat suit, Tellis, the husband and father of 3 kids, refused to come out of his home. After a tense standoff, he was finally taken into custody on a stretcher, suffering from what police are calling self-inflicted, non-life-threatening stab wounds. Today, cops announced Tellis's DNA was connected to the murder scene.
We recovered a pair of shoes. As you can see, there's apparent blood on the shoes.
I have to believe that Tellis, if he did this, wanted Jeff to see him, wanted Jeff to know that he was the one doing it, which is just evil.
God, it looks evil.
And that right there, though, is because if you dare speak out or do what he's doing the job he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
I mean, he blamed him for losing his primary.
Yeah. Because somebody reported, did their job. That's why so many people don't want to speak on corruption and stuff, because there's so many sick people, or people are afraid that people are going to do that kind of stuff. But hey, I mean, if everybody did the right thing and spoke out,
Right. We would.
you know what I mean? You don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Not bowing down and kissing
What
it.
happens to see something, say something?
See something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That should be a law. It should be like, if you know something happened, you saw something, and you don't say something, your ass should be going to jail, because I mean, there's too many things that people have seen it or that know about that are important, very important.
And I'm going to tell you, they said that Las Vegas, Sin City has got a dark, seedy side. Niagara Falls is
Oh
bad.
yeah,
This place here
Yeah.
probably it's got to rival it,
I was-
because the amount of the size of this place, I've said this a million times, the money that goes through Niagara Falls is huge. The border, there's so much money downtown
Yeah.
at stake. And there's so much, you got a billionaire from New York City sitting on all this property. It's not for nothing. He's been sitting there for 25 years on it. There's big money, all kinds of stuff. You got the Senecas, you got everything happening. It's bad.
well, if I have
It's
Frank
bad.
Carletto sitting there offering me a price to be quiet about that, I mean,
Yeah.
how many more people has he?
Has that happened?
Yeah, or
Right.
has not even just him. They do that type of stuff. It happens.
Dominic says Noel nailed it. However, with sex crimes, evidence is the holy grail, and the legal system backlogs it for so long, where the evidence goes by the wayside. Then you have the defense will banter hearsay. Well, that's true. How about the people that have to pay for their own rape kit?
I know.
We've heard that before.
Yeah.
Remember that? $300-$400, and then they can't.
Even if you go to the hospital.
Yeah,
To store it.
to store it after they get it.
And then people want to, and then they wonder why people don't want to go. First of all, people
Take
don't
it
want to go
home
get
with
one anyways,
Yeah.
because you just got assaulted. Why would you want to go get
You have
violated again?
They have made it this. They really
They did make it
have
that
make it this way. They have made it to where people are. First of all, every single. We were just talking about the other day, Robin, right? How normalized we're doing with pedophilia.
Yep.
We're normalizing this all over. This started in the '60s.
Yeah.
All your stupid musics, all that bullshit where they're talking about young girl and I'm gonna do this with a young girl. Yeah, we are sick. And then now we just don't even care. And they haven't cared through the years. You talk to some of these people and they just don't even. It's not.
No,
It doesn't
It's
register.
just like what they have. There's no hunger or appetite.
No appetite.
The
Right.
evil stuff like this that's been happening, especially in this country, all this stuff, and the sex trafficking and the way it's been spiking. It was just on TV, I forgot where I saw it, but the rise and threat now of vigilante justice. And the guy was saying it's going to happen.
It's got to happen.
People are going to start taking in the law in their own hands. They shouldn't, but it's going to happen because of
Maybe
The
it'll teach
corruption-
people lessons.
the corruption. They have no other recourse, and they're not going to stand for it. So, and they want to protect their homes and their family. And so, vigilante justice is, it's real. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I know as a kid on Forest Avenue growing up, there was two brothers. I can say their name. They found out a guy molested their sister. They beat the hell out of him right there, and I remember it. I mean, they beat him bad, and I think they ended up going to jail. But I mean, that's the kind of things that are going to happen.
Yeah.
And you're right. I mean, but through the years, that's the thing that I can't get through my head is
Because everyone's afraid of- like they make people afraid of going to jail. But like these predators aren't afraid of going to jail.
no, well, they don't either.
They
They,
wouldn't have to be afraid. 'Cause
Yeah.
they
if you
never-
run out the clock, you're good. If you know when the clock starts, you get 10 years. Oh, I'm good. It didn't
And when
happen.
you're a sex offender, you're not put in the population, if you will. You're put in your own area and you're protected. So,
Right.
if you're a rapist or a child rapist, whatever, they put you in a separate area. So you don't have to deal. They're actually safe.
Right.
I know.
Safer than the victims.
Yeah.
I just think that I've never seen a crime. I just said this, and I mean this. If I'm in and Dominic's bringing up something about they're normalizing all crime. Look what happened with that store owner in New York City. He shot the robber in self-defense, then ended up in jail.
Yeah.
And the one stabbed him. Remember we had that story.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but he did get released.
Yeah.
luckily. But what I'm saying is like, if I was a store owner and someone robbed me, no police would come and then question me what was my involvement in the robbery. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
well, like they do with a victim of these sex assaults.
Right.
That right is the first thing we got to find out. What's your involvement? What did you do? Where were you? Were you drinking? What were you doing? This is bullshit.
So ridiculous. And then people get mad when they don't report these crimes. Like, remember what Frank Carletto and Tony Farina and them did to me? Oh, she didn't report it until months after. Then when you do report it, you get talk shit.
Well,
Right.
look, you saw that with the stupid punter.
Yeah.
It was the same
People
thing.
were
People
saying
were
stuff out of
coming
nowhere.
out of nowhere, just coming to this guy's aid,
Yeah.
and for nothing. And it was a same. And this person went the very
Yeah.
next morning to get herself
Yeah,
the
that
proof
was
and
the key
evidence
thing for me
and all this
personally,
shit.
because I want people to have due process, everybody, right? But when I heard with the rest of the story and that, how
Mm.
severe this was, nah, he had to go.
Well, he raped
Yeah.
him. He raped the girl, and then
Yeah.
because she told him I'm a high school student,
Yeah.
he knew it
Yeah.
wasn't like it was some kind of a mistake.
Yeah, even admitted sleeping.
And then he throws her in the bedroom and she gets gang. I mean, it's just disturbing. The whole damn thing.
How did they get to that point? How did they get so far down the line to be drafted and everything else? It's scary.
Yeah.
It's a scary thing when he could do what he
I
did.
truly think that they just ignored it and thought it was
Yeah.
going to go away. They assumed it would be civil. And
Understand
then,
why?
yeah,
Yeah.
you would assume it's going to be a civil thing and it'll just go away. He'll pay. Everyone will be quiet. And, no, good for her. She
Yeah.
wasn't quiet. And good for the family, the
Yeah.
father and everybody that had enough.
Yeah,
You know.
That's when you open your mouth and you make sure you don't care what other people are going to say. You just expose.
Yeah.
Expose. Don't, because I'm telling you right now, especially if there's victims out there of Nick D'Angelo's, you got a lot of people that are going to back you up if you come forward and you open up.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt about it. Don't be, and I know we will here.
Yeah.
We'll help you on any of it.
Yeah.
Anyone, we just gotta have it. We gotta start some way to make it not normal anymore. And I know that's probably decades away because it is very normal.
Yeah.
Sex with children just doesn't register in people's minds.
Right.
It doesn't
Like, not a
really
big
cause you would think it should cause a reaction like a vomit,
Right.
but instead it's just like
They hide their heads. So you have to-
Denial. They deny it. He could be happy. Just like the priest thing.
yeah.
Oh, I heard that myself with
I heard it.
church. When I mentioned that to some of the parishioners, because I was teaching there for.
Mhm.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh, right away! Oh no!
Oh, they couldn't have.
He could-
Yeah.
And I said, how many times does he need to be arrested? He's been arrested twice. I'm thinking, I go, and you're still.
Yeah, and we don't even, that's how bad we are here. If you are a name of somebody that is something, we won't even freaking arrest you. We just let you go. Like I don't give a damn. Like really, if I could go out, well not now, but I guess with my last name, I could, like I've said before, I could have ran wild. I could have been just a marauder. I could have been berserk. And what would have happened? If I had played along,
Right.
we'd be fine. I could do whatever I want to do.
I want to make a quick announcement, guys.
Sure.
Guess who's representing Jeff Fossil, everybody? Nick D'Angelo. Just
Is that right?
oh
wow.
yeah. Yeah. Nick D'Angelo is representing Jeff Fossil,
What a coincidence.
Right.
Must have been the only guy I could
Well, was
find.
Janelle at first, so then Janelle must have just passed him off to Nick like she did to everybody else.
Well, 'cause she's a judge now, so she can't represent him.
Right.
So she sent him to Nick.
put you in good hands to Nick. Sorry, I
Well,
just had to get that off my
no,
chest.
that's all right. No, I mean it's a shocker, right?
Since we're talking about
Yeah.
scumbags.
How many
Well-
arrests now for Jeff?
Oh God,
Oh,
it's
okay.
gotta be.
9, 10 more?
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
More than that, right?
But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
There's an example. Fossil, last name Fossil.
Oh, you run
Get
wild.
away with everything. People are like, oh, dang, she could never. But in the meantime, she's ever and has ever.
That's what I'm saying.
Before.
Think of what you know. I'm not going to mention, but think of different things you know.
Yeah.
And the people that you see are going to skate away. Just go and follow the trail where it leads you, and you'll see why they'll skate away.
Dominic, yeah, the motions.
Yeah, let the
With
motion.
the
begin.
motions.
Yeah. Yeah, he seconds that. The pig. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't start till next year, right? I gotta remember, right?
Yeah,
He doesn't start
May.
till May of next year. Right?
Yep.
So he starts.
The trial has been on and off now. I think it's like a fifth trial date there's been.
No, I don't think they actually set a trial date because legally every time something happened, he was put in motion.
Yeah.
Motion just to prolong it.
Yeah, remember? Because they were this close to jury selection. The last, and then that was when it just really blew up.
Yeah.
Motion.
So they threw it to September, but then backtracked
Yeah.
Put it to me.
So they,
Trial,
Erie
right?
County and all, they're allowing Nick D'Angelo to just do anything he wants. So I am not, you know what, to be honest, I have no faith in the justice system.
No.
I think everybody who's handling this, well, except the people for the state police, but like the DAs and stuff, I think you guys are doing a terrible job. And it's coming from a victim who trusted you guys. You're doing a terrible job with the Nick D'Angelo
Okay.
case. He's bossing you guys around.
Can you answer this? Tina's asking, Jeff, is that Janelle's husband?
Oh no, that's her brother.
Should explain who her husband is.
Oh, Tina, her husband is he's an ex-sheriff, used to be a Niagara County sheriff, but he was fired because he was caught raping a 16-year-old at Wheatfield.
But they called it,
Oh, they didn't call it
they
rape,
called
though,
it
because-
misconduct. They called it
Sexual
official
misconduct.
misconduct. Official
Oh,
misconduct.
yeah. official
Not even, they didn't
misconduct.
say the word sex. They just, he
Right.
could have, he
It
could
was
have took
at first it was public lewdness, and it was
all of it, yeah.
bad charges on him, and then they just, now he owns Lane's Funeral Home. But yeah, he's a pedophile.
I mean, there you go. And there's a perfect example. There you go. I mean, and they put it as like he took staples. Maybe he took the wrong stuff from work. He took too much stuff from
Yeah.
work. Let's see what comes.
Amazing, huh?
I'm so tired of people who do so wrong, like abusing a child or rape, killing someone, etc., and say, well, he was not on his medicine. It's bull and wrong. They know what they are doing, and they should be held accountable. Yeah, they do. And Tina says that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was watching the funeral stuff on the Queen,
Yeah.
and there's Prince Andrew.
Oh,
Marching
yeah.
right through there.
Tomorrow-
Pedophile Island. Yes.
Uh,
Pedophile Island. He's been charged, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
I don't know if did they charge him, Robin? Is he charged with anything here or it's going to be civil? I'm sure. I think
Yeah.
it's a civil thing here in the
Yeah.
state. There he is.
All dressed up, all gaudied out.
Tomorrow on Robin's. Glad you brought that up. Tomorrow on Robin's show, that's what we're going to talk about because I can't stand it and I don't understand
And
why
what about
people
that?
care.
And what about them, Steve, in that island?
Yeah.
Where is the list of the people? I don't care who's on it. I don't care if Donald Trump was on it. I don't know who's on that list. It's been there more than once at least. Okay.
And Andrew knows.
Yeah.
Prince
Bill
Andrew
Clinton,
knows.
they're saying between 24 and 26 times.
And-
Well, Bill
it's-
Clinton was there. We know Steve Pigeon was there. Steve Pigeon was there.
Right, yeah.
We know Nick
But we
D'Angelo
know-
and all of them.
We know though that Andrew must know. He knows
Yeah.
who's been there. He's big tight. He knows, and he's just walking around. He knows everything. I do not celebrate. Well, I'll talk about it tomorrow. I don't care what happens in London.
Yeah.
I could care less about
Yeah.
them people. But Robin,
They did
you
that.
love them.
They did Epstein.
Yeah.
But they did. That's how corrupt it is.
Yeah.
Everybody knew he was in trouble in prison.
Yeah.
Shut the cameras off, the two
Okay.
guards, bye, and he's dead.
And where is she now? Where's she should
She's-
know more too, right?
Marcel, whatever her name is.
Yeah, they
So
only gave her
Max-
20 years.
And they allowed her not to
Really?
say anything, I guess.
Well, they made a deal with her.
You live with your husband and you don't have to testify.
Right.
You don't have to.
Yeah, there's some kind of, there's some kind of, no, Tina, you go to the Niagara County Sheriff's Department and you can then, you go there and you'll see sex offender registry. And then you can go in there and put in zip codes. You can do all kinds of stuff. And you'll see who comes up. Or you can just see the whole county too.
Yeah, but
They do it by alphabet.
but Tina, yes, Janelle Messer Faso, or she's a judge. It was her husband who did that to your niece.
And she changed her name right before she ran for the judge, so she wouldn't be looked at as a messer and have people find out what her husband actually did.
Yeah, she literally changed her last name from Messer to Faso while she was, right before she ran because of that whole incident.
And it was Nick D'Angelo that did it.
Yeah, D'Angelo changed it for her.
And I called her out on it, and she said, he's just an attorney. He was just an
No,
attorney.
Yeah.
she wouldn't even admit that. You said, "Oh, so he's your attorney." She said,
It was
no,
one of the most
I said, but you
entertaining phone
changed
calls
your
I've
name.
ever heard.
Yeah.
It's on
That
the
radio
paper.
show with Vince Sal. Oh my God.
actually,
And she
yeah,
kept
that
going
recording.
so.
So,
She's like 12 years old.
So
yeah, we'll have to play that
Yeah,
someday.
we'll play that next.
We'll have to bring it out.
That's
I'll
I
send
would
it to
highly
you.
recommend that.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
post it on my Facebook all the time.
That's why you
Yeah.
have to. I don't care what you are, who you are. You gotta say something.
Yeah.
And especially when you're entrenched in that crap, you gotta say something.
Sadie was raped at the protest
Yeah.
against Faso by Faso and Hugh Messer's friend.
I
It was
know.
raped right there. Not
assaulted.
raped, I'm sorry, assaulted right there by one of them holding a FOSO sign,
Yeah,
and he was even arrested for it
And
Yeah.
let go.
and let go.
it's hard to understand. It's
And they
hard to
wouldn't- and they
fathom.
wouldn't
Man.
even give her,
Oh,
an order of protection.
yeah, no order of
Wouldn't
protection
even give her an order of protection against the guy.
Yeah,
because he'll be all right. He's not going to do it.
Yeah, oh,
He's
you probably
good.
won't run into him again. That was what, Tom O'Connor or something?
Is he on a list? No, he wouldn't be, right? Because there is no list.
No.
Because it's only for that's only for no. What am I
No,
saying?
no.
Sex assault. No, he's not on there because he's not
No,
probably a
didn't.
1, 2, or 3.
If you didn't get convicted.
They tried putting her in front of
Sexual
FOSO too.
Yeah,
Tried putting her in front of FOSO when she was asked specifically not to go in front of FOSO. So, yeah, that's our city.
yeah, that is it. And we are the seedier. We are what that guy said about Las Vegas.
Mhm.
It is so bad that you know what too. And I know a lot of things that I remember listening to from my own ears, and it's sick. It is sick.
Yeah.
It really is. It's some sick stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't even know, Scott. Do I want? Do I? I don't. Do I put it on, Scott? I don't mind. I just don't want to get him in any shit. All right.
That's the problem.
Hey, no, go ahead. You can.
Hey, Nick, since you've lost my text, check your email. I sent you a message.
Yeah. Well, if Nick is watching, and we're coming to the end of the show, there was some
bad.
there was some comedy.
Oh yes.
And I don't know if I can unsee this or what. But Noelle, we just
Oh,
this is
yeah, let's on the
yeah. We'll show this. We'll have a short. I don't know.
laugh.
Yeah, here.
Here we go.
With D'Angelo's sister.
Hey,
She won a free ticket
Upgrade.
upgrade.
An upgrade for dancing on a dirty floor and just being an obnoxious
But what I want to know
brat that
is,
she is.
they showed her.
Right.
But
Right, where are
was
the
there
other ones?
anybody else?
Right. So
there?
there it wasn't.
I know.
How much did you
Yeah,
have to like beg E to put that up on there for you because you're trying?
You should saw Channel 2 jumped all over that. I actually was listening to the guy how excited he was on the morning news about how excited this was great. Oh my god.
My friend texted me. She goes, "Is she related to Nick?" And I said, "That's his sister." She goes, "Oh Lord," she goes, "I'm going to send you something." She sent it to me. Nancy.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, Brittany D'Angelo.
That's what you want to
good.
get, you should get her here.
Brittany D'Angelo.
Yes, Tina. Yep. She has to as her
Oh,
sister.
yeah,
Yes,
Brittany
yes.
D'Angelo came to the courthouse when the day that Nick was charged, right? And she was laughing at the victims pulling out her cell phone. Very lucky that we were looking for it. That was found for no reason. But pulling out her cell phone, laughing at the victims, and getting mad because of her brother being in trouble. So she's a pig.
I just wonder, isn't she embarrassed? Like when she looks at herself, doesn't she think like, "Oh my gosh"?
Yeah, it's just attention,
I think she's
attention,
going
attention.
under the umbrella of being an autistic person.
Ah,
Wouldn't they then be taking advantage of her if that's the case? Like,
Yeah.
look at this.
yeah, aren't they mocking her?
I mean, because this is outrageous. That
Yeah.
the music was unbelievable. The whole thing was.
She had family members that worked there at the place to
And
diagnose.
she was
her.
out mocking the people at the courthouse, right?
right.
And what, do you remember exactly what she was doing?
Well, first of all, she tried kicking a pop can. She missed
Oh.
black belt. She was taking a hissy fit, and then I did mumble something about it and laughing at her because she was talking crap about us. And then she decided to, right before she gets in the car, take out her phone and start recording and laughing. Acting. And so I was like, "Oh, you want me to dance?"
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? She's got no class, and then she constantly wants money being raised for herself. Weird. What do you need? No money should be getting in that family's hands at all. That could be given to Nick D'Angelo to pay off more people.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she was headed to see the Bills and the Rams and got upgraded her seat, heading out to Los Angeles. What a life. What a great
Yeah.
shot. What a
Yeah.
great. Yeah, you're right, Kim. She wants it. Well, we have some commentary. She wants attention. Dominic says, "What the heck? I got." Oh, what do you say? I gotta go vomit. Dawn says, "Ooh." Tina says, "Is that the sister?" Yes, it is.
Yeah, she's Nick with a wig on.
She probably learned karate to protect herself from her pig brother. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, probably. I don't know.
She's
We love
umbrellaing herself with being an autistic person, so people can't pick on.
No.
is what she's trying to say.
I'll pick on you.
I'm autistic.
No. You wanna pick on people, bitch? You're getting picked on.
I don't know how many autistic people are teachers.
She's everything. She's everything. Brittany is, I'm telling you right now, I know a lot of things to the point where I could say she's not autistic, but I'm just gonna go sure, if that's what you wanna say.
That whole thing there though was just bizarre. Like that going on in public, you know, that
Yeah.
dancing like that, because honestly that's disturbing as hell. And wouldn't Channel 2, they should be ashamed of
Yeah, Channel
themselves.
2 should be ashamed of themselves.
If you're telling me that, like, that's what I feel like they're taking advantage of
Yeah,
her
you know
then.
what?
Don't they work with him though? Agri Action?
Oh, yeah, well, yeah, yeah. Well, I know it was Channel 7 or, was it Channel 2?
I thought,
Channel 2 or Channel 7, I forgot. One of them said that they didn't feel comfortable reporting on Nick because Nick helped share their stuff. So one of them.
let me ask you this, where is the parents, Nick's parents? Have they ever made any statements? They ever
No.
tried to
Oh, the
defend?
mother was
Well, yeah,
the mother was at the courthouse too with Brittany being a little big mouth that she is.
well,
That's
but.
about it.
I'm not
No,
with that.
they try
The
to.
father though, that's the one I'm most interested
I don't even know who
in.
they
He's been
are.
very quiet,
Yeah,
he's been very
he
quiet.
should be.
You know,
That's the right thing to do.
He,
you should probably say something to help.
Yeah,
If
you
you
should
know
be.
what's been going on, you know what? Why don't you save some people and help out?
Or just, yeah.
Get some, grow something and do something. I'm tired of this. I don't care if it's your mother, your
saving
grandmother. Do what you got to do. You're hurting innocent people.
Well, actually,
Jesus
they were
Christ.
laughing at when he did what he did to Amber in 2009. The show's right there. Nick D'Angelo, the dark-haired D'Angelo, sat in the empty courtroom with his parents, smiling and laughing, while the 14-year-old victim sat there stiffly with her parents crying.
Well, there you have it.
Yeah, it's in writing, so.
and speaking of 14-year-old, the kidnapping of the jogging woman in
Mhm.
Tennessee, did you see the rap sheet on that guy?
Yep.
He
Yeah.
violently
Yeah, he did it
raped a
before.
14-year-old girl.
Yep.
And spent some time, got out, they let him out.
Repeated offenders.
Then he kidnapped somebody, spent time, they let him out, and then he did this
Yeah, he
again.
did that.
Violent stuff like that, violent, and they kept pouring him out. They poured him out in the street, and people are getting killed.
Yep, they don't care.
And you know, though, and I agree completely because it's out of hand. People have been getting molested and raped, though, for
Got it
decades
forever.
without any repercussions because they let the clock run out.
Yep.
Or if we know who they are, we're not going to charge them. You know what I mean? Or whatever. We're not going to even get into it.
Or hush hush money, they get away with that kind of thing.
That's my thing. I don't understand how this crime just isn't a crime.
Tina, you're right. I'm sorry, but a doctor, okay, so I have ADHD, and a doctor that I used to see looked at Brittany's stuff, and she goes, I'm telling you right now, she goes, I do this for a living, and that she's not. She goes, I can tell you right now that she is not. She's far from. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a disgrace.
Tina would know. Tina would know this stuff. And yeah, no, just
But how could you stand in front of a whole classroom day after day and be able to teach somebody if you have those kind of issues yourself?
well, you want to know why? Because they had a family member who worked for the summit, who were able to diagnose it.
I guess.
No, I'll find out.
Well,
Teacher.
She's everything, yeah.
With her, she was
Yeah.
a kindergarten teacher.
They should have Nick in there. Why not get in there? Let it be
Probably why she is there.
let it be the little boy's gym coach.
For your siblings
Nice
as
one.
well. That's probably what
yeah.
they
So-
probably encouraged it.
I guess on that note, we should probably, and she's giving us
Yeah.
in a second. Hey, little one. We got one time, then we coffee.
I
Yeah.
did.
All right, we should probably go. What do you think? Time to go. Tomorrow, Robin's show, Robin Live, we'll be talking about the Queen and everything about the Queen. And yeah, Prince Andrew's gonna be part of this. I'm gonna tell you why I've never liked that whole group. And I want to know why you like it. So I'm gonna ask you that. You gotta
Yeah,
answer.
Robin's face.
I want to know why you
Oh,
like
goody.
it so much.
All right.
We need to find that out. And if you still,
Royal Entourage.
yeah, why were we watching the nonsense that had been on the TV? Not now, but in the past, we watched everything, didn't we?
We watched some weddings.
And I question, and I also, and we're gonna talk about Princess Diana tomorrow too. we're gonna talk about her.
Don't you talk bad about Princess.
Well, I think there might be something there.
This part of the show.
I love their show. It's like,
Now we're
it's
getting
like
the
a reality
first
show.
up.
Yeah, I don't think that Princess Diana, well, we'll do it tomorrow, not now, because it's
And that
outrageous.
kid who's Queen Consort now.
Oh, isn't she a beauty? There's another
Yeah,
beauty.
Camilla.
What was he thinking? Holy mac.
Yeah, right?
Jeez.
I wish I cared. I hate
Diana.
them so much.
Right.
All they did was be born. That's it. That's their accomplishment.
Oh,
They
you're
were born.
having it with the whole system.
The whole thing there is garbage, but why do we care in America?
Why
Why
do
do
we
I care? You know?
Very
Well, I think all because of Disney and queens and princesses and everything is made so
Mm.
spectacular that when you finally see a real one, people are like, ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had the chance to talk to Britt that used to go to Fredonia with my brother Bob years ago, and I gave him what is this? He goes, you don't understand it, how deep the traditions are. He goes, you think everybody says Japan, all these, he goes, but trust me, the tradition in England is unbelievable, and people love that.
Think about the sickness that must have went on. Think about, we talk about corruption. Think about what must have went on
Oh,
there.
yeah.
If Prince Andrew's running around the country, running into islands, what was he doing on that?
Yeah.
In Great Britain or Scotland? He must have been like a wild animal.
Oh, yeah.
Because who would say anything? Who would care? This is,
Hey, got money to pay for book.
and it's like the,
Look at well, you saw Braveheart.
no, I've never seen.
You never
the
seen the
movie.
movie
We'll talk
Braveheart?
about Braveheart
Wait a
after
minute,
this.
time out.
I go to the
Longshanks.
bathroom.
Huh?
I gotta go to the
That's too bad. The Longshanks who attacked Scotland. This is historical now. He says if we can't kill all the Scots, we'll breed them out.
Mm.
That was just that we will get it in. So there was an actual law that when you got married, that one of the English soldiers or commanders took your wife first. They had first dibs, and that was an actual law.
That's a fact.
That's what gets William Wallace going. 'Cause then
Wow.
oh yeah, it's Braveheart. Are you ready now?
I'm ready.
YWCA 716-433-6714. If you've ever been abused, like we've talked about, raped, sexually assaulted back when you were a kid, or currently now, call there. There is, Robin knows how great they are. And they're there right now waiting. She'll pick up the phone. One of those counselors who are professional, it's free, they're great. And they'll talk to you and they will counsel you from your own couch. And they're outstanding. There are advocates that will bring you to go with you if you're scared. Like, say you're nervous about going to court or to the hospital, to a lawyer's office, to anything. They're there. You dealt with them. Remember how nice she was when you went to the police station?
Amazing.
So 716-433-6714. Anywhere in Niagara, obviously Niagara County, but anywhere in the country and anywhere in Canada, there's one in your county near you. Noelle, before you, human trafficking.
So this number right here, long number.
888-373-7888.
Yes. If you feel like you know somebody who could be being trafficked, or you know of somebody who might be trafficking somebody, even if you're not 100% sure, call that number, report it so they can check it out just to make sure, because we have a lot of human trafficking and child sex trafficking happening right here where you guys live. And it's very important that we try to get these people taken down.
Absolutely, please. And you'll put a dent in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
If you give that call and maybe you've seen
Yeah.
something, and if you didn't, don't even worry, because it's not like it's going to come back at you.
Right. It's not like they're gonna come after you.
1-844-794-3812. Mental health, that's of all kinds of issues. You know, like anxieties, depression, and all that. You don't want to get up. You're done. Give them a call. They're there every day, 365 days, whatever it is. How many days are in a year? Yeah, I almost forgot. All right, give them a call. The other thing that you want to look at is this number. Where did I put it? It's here somewhere. There you go. 988 Suicide Crisis Lifeline.
We all have those days.
And I think you knew somebody who called the number.
Yes, I do. I know somebody who had to call that number and they talked to Murray.
So that's great. They're sitting there. They don't even get paid. These people are
To
unbelievable.
me, those are the people they're heroes. Those
Yep.
people.
Yeah.
988. Remember that number. Do we got anything left here? Oh, William said missed you tonight. Well, we got to get William on.
Yes, we do.
We'll talk. We'll come on anytime. Any Monday you want to come on, you come on with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Love to hear your story. We should probably go. Well, I know you got to get moving. I got to get moving. We all got to go. Don't forget, real quick, Robin tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. Robin live. On Friday, we'll be back with the sports show. We gave you some winners this week. We all did, I think. Well, Scott even gave you the Bears to win outright, so that was good. You won with USC. I think I gave you the Vikings out there. We gave them some winners,
Yeah.
so that at your own risk.
So things are going good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
The team's winning.
Yeah.
yeah, it's going nice. And then
Super.
what the hell do I do next? Saturday. Oh, Saturday is Falls Count Anywhere with Charlie Turner and Chris DiCarlo. I think this week it's just me and Chris.
Yeah.
So I'm actually hosting, and we might have what's his name?
Bobby Bass.
Bobby Bass. Bobby Bass. What was his
Low
nickname?
class
Low
Bobby.
class, but no class.
No
Bobby
class.
Well, maybe he'll be here with us. All right, let's get out of here. Everyone, take care. Thanks to those apples. Thanks, guys,
Welcome.
for having us. And Noelle, I'll be talking to you. I got to get out of here. I can't find the thing. Here we go.